Good morning, pregame crew. How are y'all doing? It is Friday, February 11th, 2022. 2022? That sounded weird. 8:23 a.m. Eastern, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and welcome to the pregame show. Hi, Jorge, Lisa, Joe, Anu, NF, Roger, Mark, Amara, Asia, Philip, Mal, Jason, Flash, Greg, Jonathan, Night Truck, good morning. Thanks, Chuck. My day can get started now. Thank you. Philip, I think it was you that messaged us on a YouTube video that you had a problem getting the ebook. Please email support@chartguys.com. If someone could type that out for him, if you could email them and we can get you fixed up. Yep, if you say good morning, you're obligated to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Hey, Dino. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Calvin. Amaka, Shannon, AR, Mary, hi. EW, Nestor, Blue Dog, Adam. One of you said that you couldn't message me on Twitter. I didn't even realize I had that functionality turned off, so it is turned on now. For now, if it gets crazy, I'll turn it off. But if you need to message me, that's open. Hey, Blue Dog. Adam, John, good morning. Any chart requests before we get started with the indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day? Perfect, Philip. Awesome. Okay, Dino, CVX. It's a pretty tight range. It was Exxon that announced a big buyback, right? I know CVX had good earnings, but I think it was Exxon with the big earnings, the buyback. Looks like we have a dividend next week, $1.42, something to note. Potential, wait, before I say that, how big? We have a potential for a 4-hour EQ actually is the most likely scenario. And oil, of course, will impact price. Not totally correlated, but it will impact price. Your support is the low of yesterday, 135.39. Nice bounce. This is a nice bouncer. It's bouncing better than some of the other names I'm looking at. Your next resistance from the 15-minute is 138.12. I have reminded myself this morning that we have a lot of 4-hour lower highs shaping up out there, and using the 15-minute chart to get a level to top fish the 4-hour lower high is just one of the better keys. I should probably type that out. I have lots of notes today, sorry. But when we're looking for we're scouting 4-hour lower highs. Zoom in to 15-minute to get a resistance level to top fish. That's probably super obvious, and I don't mean to be Captain Obvious on this beautiful Friday morning before the Super Bowl, but I thought I would just articulate it. Maybe I'm articulating it a different way that I haven't before, but good morning. My day can start. There's Tammy and there's my daughter, Madison. Hi, Madison. How are you? I miss you. I love you. Hey, John, Matthew, Camo, Nestor, Winter Ear. Okay. Man, that's a lot of requests. Hi. Okay. John, you had trouble getting the ebook. Please email support@chartguys.com. That'd be great. I'm going to look at CMG. And I realized I got a little sassy yesterday on my Twitter feed with that guy who made a comment about me being a female trader. I got a little sassy. Ain't nobody got time for that, but I was trying to be funny, tongue in cheek. It doesn't really bother me that much at all, actually. Daily inside bar, we are slamming into the daily 50 MA. You have resistance at 1606.74, support 1565.89. So they had that great earnings report. They had consolidation sideways, which is, as Dinzy likes to say, consolidating in time other than price. So you have support at 1565.89. This could be a 4-hour bull flag, but I would be very cognizant of this daily 50 MA overhead. Thanks, MG. I appreciate it. Yep, Game and AMC have been running. MU. MU looks good. MU has been pretty strong. It closed green yesterday and a sea of red. We have bounced more than 70% on this weekly chart. However, a weekly lower high is the most likely scenario. I mean, these bulls have been quite impressive. Here's the thing that would be hanging over my head if I were trading MU is the semiconductors. I can't stand red. Sorry, OCD. Have to get it off. Is that semiconductors could be a weekly bear flag. So I definitely would have that in the back of my mind. MU is definitely an outperformer within semiconductors, but a weekly lower high is on the table. Sassy Lori's your favorite, Lori. It's not Madison's favorite, Lori. Ask my daughter. That is definitely not her favorite, her sassy mama. 50% retrace on this bounce. Looks like we have earnings next Wednesday, pre-market to be aware of, so just know that. We're looking for a weekly lower high, and the daily is slamming into that 50 MA. Actually, this is a top fish. This is a nice top fish. Nice and clear. Top fishing the high of yesterday, 85.08. But be patient on it. You don't have to just jump in short. And again, you can use the 15-minute to get levels here. Got a few levels that you could look to top fish. So yesterday in the room, actually it was from SoFi, from the pregame show. I don't know who asked about it, but someone asked about it in the last couple days, and it made me go create an alert while I was live against that 1255, looking at top fish. So I posted the top fish setup when it hit 1340 yesterday, right in here. And it was just, and thanks to Bullard as well, but that was a fun trade. If you're a TCG member and you got a piece of that, let me know. 7.5% to the downside. And the other fun trade from yesterday was Affirm. So I was on a partner meeting and I was supposed to be participating. I was listening to Jason. Jason, I always listen. But I posted this setup in TCG room that Affirm top fish setup, and that was around 83.40. Because the meeting was right here, right in the middle of the meeting. And down she went. Now, could I have known that they were going to pre-release earnings? No, but that was a 40% drop. And if you got a piece of that, let us know. All right, it's 8:31 a.m. Eastern. Let's get started. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. We don't give you the fish every day. Yesterday, I gave out a couple fish, Affirm, SoFi, and all my partners, charts, guys and gals, they're all given setups. But the most important thing that we do every day is teach you how to fish, and you have to get your own fishing pole and dip it in the water. And what I do here is I go over indices, commodities, cryptos, movers and shakers of the day, and I try to get you ready for the trading day. Lots of notes this morning. I have already shared those notes with the TCG room so you can follow along, because I know I get very annoyed when someone reads to me, so I don't mean to be kindergarten by reading to you. So if that annoys you like it annoys me, I'm sorry. So I'll try not to read too much of this. You can read it yourself, but it helps me stay on track with my thoughts. So we're scouting 4-hour lower highs today on lots and lots of names. We had a volatile day yesterday on the backs of CPI data, and Bullard, who is our most hawkish Fed, what is he? I forget what they're called, the regional presidents or whatever. He's the most hawkish, and he said that he thought more aggressive rate hikes were on the table. We also have a bond repurchase or something at 3 p.m. today. I'm not exactly crystal clear on what it is, but it could be important, so just know that. Bears brought the volume. So I was watching Dan's recap video yesterday, and he was on the hourly chart on IWM, and this just really stood out to me. I'm like, whoa, they did bring the volume. Real time, I wasn't noticing it as much until I kind of backed away from it, looking at it on Dan's video, and I'm like, they brought the volume. They really did prove it. It wasn't just, we'll just float down in price. It was real fear entering the market. I'm scouting a bullish morning, and we're already getting that bounce underway. I'm looking bearish midday for 4-hour lower highs all around. ES, anything below that 45.04 area. Let me show you why that's important. 4504 would be the 0.382 retrace that would keep a bear flag on the table. So that's why I'm looking at that area. So, and also I have this yellow box here for the hourly 50 MA. Y'all know that's pretty key in my trading style. And if you're interested in my chart setup, it's on the screen now. And actually I will be working today. We're creating a PDF of my chart setup and an explanation. So I won't have to cover it every morning. I can just refer you back to that PDF. So that'll be out soon. I use the Squeeze Pro indicator. I'm looking for tightening ranges. And one of the best squeezes I see out there right now is actually Tesla. So just remember that. And also remember this 451250 prior support could serve as resistance. So those are the couple areas I'm looking at. 4504 keeps a bear flag on the table, then 4512, then 4534. Lots of numbers. There'll be a test at the end. Just kidding. NQ, anything below 14734 keeps a 4-hour bear flag on the table. Hourly 58 MA will be important, and I'm watching the US 10-year 4-hour lower high would be helpful for tech bulls. So let me show you that one. Lots of numbers thrown around today, huh? Okay, so what I'm looking for is this area right here to hold on the US 10-year. Then if that area holds, a couple things are going to happen. Here I go typing again, but a couple things are going to happen. US 10-year, or could happen, 4-hour lower high on table. If that happens, if the US 10-year finally sits its butt down, then the XLF could pull back because the high rising yield is good for banks. So it would be bad for banks if they pause, and then that could help QQQ bounce. Does that make sense? Or am I talking hogwash, which is highly likely? Just kidding. Okay, Nasdaq. I try to keep my charts as clean as possible. I know they get busy sometimes, and I don't mean for them to get busy, but I think it's important that we look at this daily 200 MA on NQ. I'm gonna delete all that. So I posted yesterday real time that we were slamming into the daily 200 MA, and we got a daily double top right here by $4. It was a perfect top fish area, and then down she went. So the most important level will be these daily higher lows on every chart you're looking at. If it has a daily higher low, that is the level to hold. And on Nasdaq, that'll be 14467. And on the hourly, we're getting a decent bounce here. Don't forget this 14721 could serve as resistance, and the hourly 50 MA. Hey Stacks, how are you? Oh, thanks MG. Okay. I appreciate you, MG. You have been here for me all week, week in, week out. I appreciate you. I really, really do. Okay. Get that 200 MA off there. With the Dow. The Dow is a little bit more of a laggard this morning. What's going on with XLF? I didn't look. And that may be because of XLF. XLF's bounce, is it as aggressive as QQQ? No, not really. So the Dow is a little bit of a laggard today. We have resistance up at 35345. Prior support could serve as resistance in that hourly 50 MA. I'm expecting that to be the brick wall of China today. The brick wall of the bears, the brick wall of whatever you want to call it. I'm expecting that hourly 50 MA to hold on the first retest. And bull volume will tell me if I'm wrong and if bulls will be able to cut through it. Back to the notes. And here are the three major keys. The daily 200 MA overhead on Nasdaq. As long as that's overhead, I'm in general bearish. Apple bouncing at hourly oversold right now as we look for that daily higher low compared to 170.68. I can't tell you how critical that. If you say gun to head, what's the most important chart in the market? It's this one. This is it. This is it, folks. My dad used to make fun of women that would be in the Kmart or Walmart when I was growing up with curlers in their hair, walking around with rollers in their hair. It used to happen all the time, I guess, back in the 80s. And my dad would be like, what are you waiting for? This is it. What more important event do you have for the rollers? This is it. You're in public. So if you're looking for the chart, this is it. This is the most important. I am so silly today. I like that the daily 21 EMA is below and the daily 50 EMA is below. This is a bullish chart, folks. Apple is a bullish chart. Nasdaq has that daily 200 MA overhead. Apple does not. Apple is more bullish than Nasdaq. Is Apple our canary saying that Nasdaq is going to be able to get itself out of this mess? I don't know. Maybe. And subscribe. And hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate it. So, Apple is the most important, and we have a resistance from the 15-minute over here at 17356. All right, VIX daily lower high on the table is the key for the market to have a continued bounce. Let's go look at the VIX. Daily lower high compared to 26.26. This will help keep the market bulls bounce going. VIX has to sit down. VIX has to sit down. And on the hourly, we have plenty of room for a high or low. So, but on a new bounce, will we get over 25.30, change the hourly trend, and still set a daily lower high? I don't know. Right now, the morning is setting up bullishly for the market. Volatile earnings names out there. Affirm has lots of pre-market volume. So here are all the setups that I'm looking at. If you want to peek ahead at the Queen of the Mountain setups, these are them. Them are these. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, are we negating the bear flag possibility? We got to get through 43854. 43854 keeps a bear flag on the table. If we can get to 44236, that's a 50% retrace. Then on a pullback, we'd be looking for a higher low. Ethereum 4-hour bear flag on the table. Did I get you, Tammy, with that story? Did I get you? Okay, so Ethereum is slightly stronger than Bitcoin this morning. We do look like hourly rising wedges out there on Ethereum and Bitcoin. So caution bulls, and volume will tell us if they can negate it. We want this volume to slowly ramp up, and that'll tell us that they can most likely negate these rising wedges, which are 4-hour bear flags on a higher time frame. Okay, gold. Don't like gold. Don't like gold here. Dan mentioned that he was looking for potentially first hourly oversold on gold. So I created an alert down here. And so what you do is you go to your alerts and say, tell me when. And of course, I'm on the hourly time frame. I start out on the time frame that I want to get the alert on. Tell me when it crosses below 30. I already have the alert, so I'm not going to hit create, but so that's what I'm looking for on gold as well. Attempting to nail a daily higher low in this EQ for that 2-week tightening pattern. If I'm talking too fast, don't worry. Just pause it, go backwards, whatever. I'm just trying to rip through these charts. We have Jason, I believe, that'll be live in 19 minutes. You're still laughing? This is it. This is the event. What are you waiting for? My dad is the funniest. Okay, 4-hour on oil. Systemic, if you're listening, you may want to top fish that 91.74. I'm not shorting oil for a while. It's just, what time frame were we just on the daily? Look at that. Show me another chart that's holding these daily EMAs, especially the quick EMA, in my case, the 8. So I use the 8 and 21 EMA. So the 8 EMA has just been nails for these bulls. So as long as they're holding that daily 8 EMA, I don't want to step in front of the biggest bull train. No, thank you. Okay. Do y'all remember blue light specials? I know some of you are very young and you have no idea what I'm talking about, but we used to have blue light specials in Kmart, and my mom and aunt would run. We would all run. Support 3882, then 3876, resistance 4056. We are in a downtrend. Same thing that I just said about oil holds true for nat gas. Look at the 4-hour 8 EMA, totally containing price. Just think about just his hand on head underneath water, like just shoving these bulls down in the water. So nat gas bears are large and in charge. Okay, we talked about Apple. I banged the table on that one enough. I'm using pivot high-low indicator. pivot high low, and I have the settings to 3 and 3. I like to see more of the labels than less. So that is my setting. So Affirm, of course the bias is down because it's down 9% after being down 21%. There is lots of pre-market volume. It should have nice volatility. And this is what SMB Capital would call a stock in play. Because of all of this pre-market volume, you're going to get volatility. However, these names with really high volume and really high volatility, you don't necessarily know which way they're going to go. You have to wait for these tightening ranges. And someone asked yesterday in the chat, I didn't get to the question, what is the significance of an inside bar? The significance of an inside bar is volatility, is you have this contained range. Oh, who was I looking at? Dang it. Was it this one? I saw a double daily inside bar this morning. I don't remember. But the significance of it, let's look at this daily inside bar here on Affirm right here. These tightening bars just show you where price is getting compressed. Think about a pressure cooker, and that's why I use the Squeeze Pro indicator as well. I want to see where is there pressure. And when you have price contained inside a range, then the tighter it gets, the more follow through on a breakthrough to the upside or to the downside. So it's basically just helping you define where is there price compression. So on Affirm, below $50, your next support is this 48.17. It's a pretty key level, so I'm going to go set an alert. Tell me when Affirm gets to 48.50. Then I'll look for a bottom fish setup on Affirm, and below 48.17, your next level is 46.50. 46.50. So on Affirm, ninjas only, BKNG. Okay, so I'm looking at BKNG because EXPE, Expedia, they had a beat yesterday. They're up 6%. We've taken this trade once before on the pregame show and it worked. So I would like a bottom fish off 261357 for a BKNG long. If you trade this with options, be careful. Do not mark it in. Do not. You hear me? I'm screaming. Do not mark it in. Limit only. 261357 support, then 2580.80. I like it for a bottom fish. Facebook, we have two trade setups. I like a bottom fish of 225 and I like a top fish of 232.79. Anything in between could be a bit of purgatory, so don't get caught in chop. But I like Facebook this morning long. I like it long. IWM, I like a top fish of this 205 area, potentially nailing the 4-hour lower high. We're looking for 4-hour lower highs no matter how big we bounce today. We're looking for lower highs on most charts. Mgnx, it gave us a trade the other day on a upgrade or coverage initiation. We got another one today, and it's a bit of a broadening formation here too. Here, messy, but you get the point. So it got coverage initiation, $31 price target, and it has a daily double bottom, 11.26 and 11.30 by 4 pennies. It's already bouncing. I saw this much earlier this morning, but it's bouncing, and I like a pullback buy on Mgnx. PayPal, we got a daily double bottom. I just bought some in pre-market, and I could probably scale out a little bit, but we have a double bottom at 118.55 and 118.48. I actually posted this double bottom in chat yesterday. Man, I had a pretty fire day yesterday. SMH looks like a potential daily rising wedge, weekly bear flag. Bears will be waiting around 28348. If that were to fail, the next top fish level 28439. So all you do is you put your fishing pole with a hook. That's a terrible hook. And you wait and you say, okay, here's a level. I can put my fishing pole. Here's a level, fishing pole. And then you wait for price to pause and react and confirm that there is something overhead. If it just cuts through it like a knife and you enter just on a level alone, you're going to be sitting there with a loss. Tesla. I like Tesla to the long side against 895. I believe the level is 894.80. I like Tesla to the long side. This daily tightening range is getting super tight. Soup's tight. Look at that. That Darvis box. Super tight. and we have a squeeze on the 4 hour. This is probably the most explosive chart out there as far as tightening range and this pressure cooker. Look at this pressure cooker. So we may get a good lotto trade out of this one today. If the market can bounce hard with force, it could be a good lotto call setup. Walmart got an upgrade this morning. So it's pulled back a ton, way more than the bulls would like. However, odds still favor a higher low compared to 133.95. It has earnings next week. I'm looking for a potential bounce on Walmart, and Walmart seems very boring, but it can have some really nice options trades in it. So I like a pullback buy of 135.85. Ford, okay. Oh yeah, it was you, Argilio. You're welcome. Okay, so Ford had good news yesterday that they are launching 5 more electric vehicles, I believe, from underneath the Lincoln brand, I believe. And then they announced they were shutting down a factory. So they had like a mixed bag yesterday. But who cares about the news? Let's go look at the chart. We had a wide range yesterday. We are underneath the daily EMAs. We are in a daily downtrend. We are in a weekly downtrend. And 4 hour, we're bouncing from the low of 1780. I like a bottom fish buy of 1780 if we get there and if the market is continuing its bounce. Where do you put the 3-3 on the pivots? Right here. On the inputs, 3 and 3. Blue light specials and ices. Yes, ices. Okay. What do I think of the FTSE? Let's see, which one should I look at? Isn't there FTSE futures? Sorry. There we go. Okay, daily is in a squeeze. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful chart. This looks great. You know what this reminds me of? It's so funny when you look at hundreds of charts, you start getting imprints on your brain. Was this the one? Yeah, this looks like the Marriott and Hyatt. More like the Marriott. On the weekly, that's what this FTSE chart looks like. That's beautiful. Weekly potential bull flag. Well, it is. It confirmed. Daily support, 7435. Okay, perfect. You're welcome. Okay, DWAC. DWAC, yep, daily inside bar. Real tight range for DWAC. Resistance, 85.12. Support, 81.49. Okay, one more. Then I'm going to go get ready to listen to Jason. Go live. Did I go? Oh, I wanted to go over some more notes. Sorry. I wanted to just say that I was talking with my husband the other day, and I was trying to explain to him what's going on with my trading. I'm in a good spot. I'm not going to say I'm great. I'm not going to say I'm an expert or anything like that, but I'm in a good spot. And he's played football, so he's like, the game is slowing down for you. And it's just a perfect analogy of what's happening for me. Everything's slowing down, and I'm not focusing on things that don't matter. I'm not gonna look at indicators or charts that I don't need to be looking at. I am focusing so laserly focused on the setups that I need to be looking at, and the game is slowing down for me. I don't feel hurried in the pocket. I don't feel rushed. I don't feel like I'm getting batted. It's just everything is slowing down. And I just want you to know, if you are feeling frenetic and frantic in your trading, it won't end well. And you just need to slow down, focus on less tickers, focus on less indicators, focus on less chat rooms. Like, focus, just absolutely focus. And that's my goal. I'm no Joe Burrow in the pocket, but that's my goal. And I had to, of course, mention Joe Burrow today. He's in the Super Bowl, and I bleed purple and gold. So go Bengals. So getting on that clarity is an important stage in trading, focusing on what's important and shucking everything else. Everything. How can I say shucking without jiving, right? Okay. I am not rubber banding the silverware. Calvin, thank you for bringing up that analogy. It's one of my favorites I've shared with y'all multiple times. I used to work with a lady. She went to help her sister who was getting a divorce. She was moving, and she found her sister in the middle of the floor of the kitchen rubber banding the forks together, and she had a whole house to pack in one day. And you get caught up in the things that do not matter. So don't rubber band the forks. Start throwing junk in boxes and get it moving. Don't focus on the things that are not important. Oh, I like it. You're predicting the Rams. The Rams are predicted to win, but I just don't see it happening. My money's on the Bengals. I don't have real money on the Bengals, but I do think they're going to win. Netflix, and then we're done. Andrew, I'm so glad you asked about Netflix. Netflix, let me write it so you'll believe me. I posted this in the chat room yesterday. Netflix had $14 million of calls bought yesterday on the ask. And they were buying the 218 and the 225, 400 and 425 calls. They were nailing those calls. That was extremely unusual. So I want you to know that if you're trading Netflix, someone's making a big bet on Netflix here. Resistance 408, support 39636. That's not actionable information. However, it makes me go look at the chart and say, what are they doing? Oh, they're trying to nail this double bottom, 39355 and 39636. They're saying, okay, that higher low is most likely set, and that's what they're doing. It looks like to me anyway. And is the weekly still oversold? Just barely. LSU, baby. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a great weekend. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Use stop losses. And Madison, thank you for joining us, baby girl. Love y'all. Bye.